multiple ways to kill your enemies, crafting, looting, and more. All the 4040 achievements of Cyberpunk 2077 were leaked in a Reddit post, and trust me, they will blow your mind. So come with me and let's check them out. Hello Chumba, I am EdgeRunnerCode and welcome to another Cyberpunk 2077 video. I am happy to see that the hype surrounding the game is coming back on track. We'll have the Night City Wire episode 5 airing next week, and you are more than welcome to watch this together with me on my live stream that will probably start half an hour before the show. Also, in just a few hours we have the release of Cyberpunk Red RPG book that is basically a prequel for 2077 and will pick up where it left off on the Cyberpunk 2020 RPG book. You can expect dozens of videos explaining the new lore of this dark universe in upcoming videos next week, so to not miss any of that, just smash that subscribe button. Alright, into the leaks now. Just a few hours ago, a list of 44 Cyberpunk 2077 achievements leaked on the GOG Galaxy app. CDPR was fast and already patched this leak. However, Reddit user darxtorn managed to screenshot them and share it on the Cyberpunk sub. You can find the link for his post on the video description. Fortunately, all the achievements related to the main story were hidden, as is the standard on the GOG platform, so you don't need to be afraid of significant spoilers on this video. However, if you absolutely hate them and don't want to see anything about the game before it launches, I advise you to skip this video. Alright, now that we got this out of the way, let's get into the whole list. We begin this with 6 trophies that are related with clearing side activities in all 6 districts plus the Badlands. We have City Lights for Night City Center, Mean Streets for Haywood, Little Tokyo for Westbrook, It's Elementary from Watson, Greetings from Pacifica for Pacifica, The Jungle for Santo Domingo, and finally the Wasteland for the Badlands. Moving on, we have one that intrigued me a lot, which is full body conversion. It asks you to install at least one implant in each system and body part. Although we can't do an actual full body conversion on the game and become a cyborg, I feel like there are plenty of augmentation opportunities here to justify a achievement, and I wonder what each system means and how many parts can we enhance. We now move on to a handful of combat related achievements. This is interesting because it gives us an idea on what we can actually do in combat, and man, I was quite excited when I first read those. So we start with Gunslinger, shoot an enemy grenade in midair with a revolver, which is super specific and probably very challenging to do, and maybe this could be easier done with some boosters that give us time dilation effect. Be right back at kill or incapacitate an enemy who threw a grenade at you. This one is really straightforward and there isn't much to say about it. We also have Kung Fu that asks you to kill or incapacitate 3 enemies in quick succession with a revolver or pistol in close combat, which is another very specific and challenging achievement. The Quick and the Dead asks you to kill or incapacitate 50 enemies while time is slowed, and this is what I was talking about before. We will be able to use special types of drugs that slow down time for us, allowing to land those headshots like we are aim hacking. We also have 2 progressive achievements regarding ranged weapon kills, and the first is kill or incapacitate 100 enemies and the next one is 300 enemies. The names are True Warrior and True Soldier. On a different trend now, we have the Master Crafter that asks you to craft 3 legendary items. I am quite puzzled about this one, as I assume that the legendary items will be one of a kind, for example the Sasquatch Hammer or Roy's Pistol. So maybe we'll be able to obtain the schematics for legendary or even unique items by doing specific quests. Moving on, we have I Am the Law, which asks you to complete all Cyberpsycho's sightings. I love how they choose the word sightings here, so apparently we can deal with those encounters in many different ways other than blunt force murdering them. Maybe we could pin them down and use the mag stack to do our dirty work, or even maybe we could help those guys to escape. I don't know, there's a lot of opportunities here and I cannot wait to see this. We start with some net running related achievements, the first one being the Christmas tree attack, which is complete a breach protocol with a minimum of 3 demons uploaded. So this is related to hacking hacking, and Breach Protocol is probably a minigame where you have to perform some actions to access data. In Cyberpunk universe, demons are the names of offensive computer malware that we can use while net running. We have also a duel related to quick hacking, the first being Must Be Rats, which asks us to perform a distraction enemy's quick hack 30 times without drawing attention to yourself, and the second one being the Demon in the Shell, which is a clear reference to the anime and movie Ghost in the Shell, that asks us to kill or incapacitate 3 enemies with 1 detonate grenade quick hack. This is one thing that I'm quite excited to do in this game, especially after playing Watch Dogs Legion for a while. The game got really boring and repetitive, and I cannot wait to see what CD Projekt Red brought us in terms of fun hacking and the whole net running gameplay mechanics. Moving on, we have the Stanislavski Method, which is use a dialogue option related to V's life path 10 times. Konstantin Sergeyevich Stanislavski was a seminal Russian theater practitioner. He was widely recognized as an stunning character actor, and the many productions that he directed gathered him a reputation as one of the leading theater directors of his generation. I wonder why they choose the specific guy to name this achievement after, but well, it is what it is. Moving on, we have Rough Landing. While Berserk Cyberware is active, perform a superhero landing to kill or incapacitate 2 enemies. Alright, this has Deadpool written all over it, and there isn't much here to say. I cannot wait to find out what the Berserk Cyberware does though, but those superhero landings are definitely gonna look dope. 2 heads, 1 bullet, kill or incapacitate 2 enemies with the same sniper rifle shot. And dang, this is something I was hoping it was included in the game, as we have those crazy tech sniper rifles that can pierce through layers of concrete. I was wondering if the hit detection could handle multiple impacts on the same bullet. As a core FPS player myself, I know for a fact that many FPS games don't have this implemented, as it's not as straightforward as it might look. For example, PUBG took a couple of years for the bullet to have multiple detections on the same character. If you had your hand on the front of your head, the bullet would not register as a headshot, and that was causing some major issues back then. Moving on, we have V4 Vendetta. After reviving yourself with Second Heart, kill or incapacitate the enemy who killed you. Another leak of cyber gear here, and we have an instant revive device that gives us a second chance in combat. Up next, we have a few exploration and gathering achievements, the first being the Wandering Fool, where we have to find all the tarot graffiti, and I bet some of those are in places really tricky to access. Frequent Flyer asks us to find all the fast travel data terms, and the fast travel locations are those green totems we've seen on some gameplay footage, and they probably work just like on The Witcher 3. You just interact with them and choose where you want to go. Of course, you can only fast travel to totems that you already unlocked. AutoJock asks you to buy all vehicles available for purchase, and I hope this doesn't include all the infinite variants of all those vehicles, otherwise this will be a nightmare to complete. We have Breathtaking that asks us to collect items that once belonged to Johnny Silverhand. As you probably know, Johnny died during the Fourth Corporate War, and what we see from him in 2077 is his digital ghost, a conscience trapped in a computer chip. But he probably used to own a whole bunch of stuff back in the days, like his Porsche, a couple of guitars, and maybe some clothing. I bet that we're probably going to be able to loot even his arm. To wrap this list up, we have a few endgame achievements that are Legend of Afterlife that asks us to reach Max Street Cred, the Word, which you get after completing the main storyline, and 10 out of 10, where you have to reach the max level in any skill. And they are all self-explanatory, so I'm not gonna go through them one by one. If you feel like this video was helpful, just wait until December 10th. I have a comprehensive list of post-launch videos already planned, and I would love for you to watch them all. For that, all you have to do is smash that subscribe button, and while you're at it, activate the notification bell as well. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I see you next time.